Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to Unit 4, Week 1, Day 1 of Fundations. We are going to go ahead and hop right into drill sounds because we are going to be learning a lot today about suffixes. So let's get started. A, apple, a. I, itch, I. U, up, E, ed, e. O, octopus, ah. All right, now some consonants. F, fun, f. M, man, T, top, t. And let's go on to those new glued sounds we learned about last week. ILD, wild, isled. IND, find, ind. OLT, colt, olt. OLD, cold, old. OST, post, oast. And let's go on to our R-controlled vowels. Here we go. A-R, car, R. O-R, horn, or. E-R, her, I-R, bird, U-R, burn, Remember, E-R, I-R, and U-R all say Fantastic. Now, last week we also introduced vowel teams. Remember, we talked about how when two vowels are walking together, the first one always does the talking. But sometimes the rules will change when we see certain vowels together. So we're going to go ahead and practice the vowel teams that we learned last week. Let's get started. A-I, bait, A. A-Y, play, A. E-E, jeep, E. E-A, eat, E. E-Y, key, E. O-I, coin, oi. O-Y, boy, oi. Give yourselves a round of applause. That was lots of drill sounds. All right, so today we are going to be talking about suffixes. Now, last year we talked about adding suffixes to the front, to the beginning or end of words. To the end, right? So when we saw words that had a suffix s, remember last year we talked about if we add a suffix s to the end, that means I have more than one of something, or I'm doing an action word right now. So we are going to do some practicing with some suffixes s, es, ed, and ing. So what we are going to do is Miss Mason is going to build some words, and we are going to practice tapping out base words and then adding that suffix s. So for example, I'm going to build the word map on my board. So I would tap this out as map. Now let's say I have more than one map. It would become maps. So I would add my suffix s tile. Now, when you see this on a board, the tile is longer, but because it's hard for us to see the board and for you to be able to see Miss Mason, we're going to use my tile board and we're going to pretend that this S at the end is that long tile, okay? That long magnet. So when I have more than one map, it becomes maps. When I tap out a word with a suffix, I only tap the base word and then add the suffix at the end. So it would look like this. App, map, maps. Good job. All right. If I have the word ring, let's say Miss Mason is wearing more than one ring, what does it become? rings. Now remember from last year, we talked about how sometimes that suffix S can sound like a what? A Z, right? But it's not a Z. It's the suffix S. So we would tap this ing, ring, rings. Good job. So if I see this suffix S at the end, it could tell me two things. She rings the doorbell, or she is wearing 3 rings. Great job. All right, now we're going to move on to suffix ES. Now, we did not talk about this a lot last year. We probably talked about it a couple times, but there are certain words that their end sounds make it to where we have to add ES instead of just that S at the end. So I'm going to build a word that requires us to use ES instead of just that S at the end. What is this word? Box, right? Let's tap box. B-ox, box. Now, if a word has S, CH, that digraph CH, SH, V, or X as the end sound before we add a suffix, if it has an X at the end, it gets an ES. So box. And let's say I have more than one box, becomes box. Box is boxes. So I add that ES. And when we hear that ES at the end of the word, it sounds like is, boxes. So it doesn't say S, it says is, boxes. Let's build another word that would have an ES at the end. I'm going to build the word wish. What's the word? Wish. W. I. Sh. Wish. Ooh, it has that digraph SH. W. I. Sh. Wish. Let's say I have more than one wish. It becomes wishes. Or I could say she wishes for a piece of candy. So this can be an action word or a plural noun. I can have more than one wish. Okay? Let's do one more. And you guys are going to tell me if I need an S or an ES at the end. All right. My word is glass. Let's tap it. G. Ah. Ooh, I hear that short A. So S is going to get what? 2 S's. Now, this is a base word, friends. Glass is a base word. A glass can be a cup. So this word has bonus S at the end. If I have a word that has bonus S at the end, a base word that has bonus S, if I have more than one glass, I have to add what? Am I going to add another S? No, I'm going to add ES. So let's tap it and then add the suffix. Here we go. G, s, glass, glasses. So we tap it and then put together the word with the suffix at the end. All right, so when we have glasses, when we have that S or ES as a suffix, it goes at the end of a word, and it can tell me that I have more than one thing, or it can tell me I'm doing an action right now, doing a verb right now. We also have suffixes that go at the end of the word. If it tells me that I was doing something in the past, if I'm doing an action word in the past. So I'm going to make the word rent, rent. And let's say I rented a movie, rent, rented. So I would add ed, suffix ed at the end. It tells me that I rented a movie. That means I rent a movie in the past. Or I rented a hotel room when I went on vacation. Now, ed tells me I did something in the past. If I add ing at the end as a suffix, it tells me that I am doing something right now. If I add the word will to the front, it tells me I will do it in the future. If it tells me I was renting, that means I did it in the past. But let's say I am renting this room for the night. Rent, renting. Notice that I didn't use my green ing because ing right here is acting as a suffix. It changes the meaning of the word. Rent, renting. So let's build some other words that I can change the meaning of. So let's say I have the word fold. Ooh, that has a glued sound we learned about last week. Old. What says old? O-L-D. Old. Okay, let's say I fold laundry in the past. Am I going to add ed or ing? If I did something in the past, I'm going to add ed. So I would tap this word like so. Old, fold, folded. Let's say I fold the laundry right now. That means I am folding. Old, fold, folding. Good job. What about this word? This is tricky. Swing. S-w-ing. What if I swing right now? What does it become? Swinging. I am swinging outside. So it has that glued sound ing, but remember, if we add ing to the end of a base word, swing was my base word, and I added suffix ing to let me know that I am swinging right now. Great job. All right, second grade Smarties, we will be talking about 2 more suffixes tomorrow. We will be talking about ER. We've learned about ER and EST tomorrow. Remember, friends, to keep that growth mindset. If you see S or ES at the end of the word, it tells me I have more than something. If I see ED at the end of a word, it tells me something happened in the past. And if I see ING at the end of the word, it tells me I am doing something right now. All right, second grade Smarties, keep that growth mindset. Remember, good learners do hard things, and I will see you tomorrow with another Fundations lesson. Bye, guys.